Warning. This video is an awakening, remembering, and activation of the celestial influence to the serpent lineage, entwined into all creation stories. Some of the footage might trigger anxiety, fear, and judgment. This is an archetypal expression through art. This is Hydra, bitch. The fire. It broke out like something sharp and dreadful. The Entwiner. The burning down of the Notre Dame Cathedral, marking the intense, transformational, elemental force of primordial chaos. The scorching heat, smoking out divinity, hidden so deep, so submerged in the unconscious collective, it feels like it was taken, removed, extracted, and abducted ancestrally, and still reigns as the oldest continuing belief in the world. Only now, re-emerging the most painful perversion of the human psyche, distorted deeply into the interfacing of the serpent and Christed Palladorian cell. The rejection of our mother's identity and complete fragmentation of organic recognition with transhuman agendas birthing along the horizon. She's more than half phased out of being one with the created. For she's as alive as dirt in future prototypes of the passion that has no equal. Abandonment, demonizing, ruthlessly stripping and pillaging of her resources. She doesn't seek revenge. She seeks acknowledgement, and she refuses to be ignored. For she gave herself to birth all life, all 13 tribal races. For she delivered the first generation of deities and was the root of the race. She gave herself to create heaven and earth. She's inside everything, and everything is inside of her. She's the underworld labyrinth oxygenated kundalini through which you find your higher self. Like a pre-matter substance, liquid silica, spiritual hydroplasmic fluid, pure energy emerging into externalized form. The mother matter. Hydra's return is the goddess rising. Sinning mother, belly to belly with the earth. She clothed herself in the sun and the moon, a crown of stars on her head while laboring to give birth. The dragon lies in wait to devour the child once born. First fetal breath and integration in the scorching inferno of the battle between culture hero and monster. The secret divine feminine code. Queen Serpent, 21st century shamanic spiritual leaders. Mary Magdelene Descendants. Holy Grail and divine executive order. Forbidden and outcasted, they say. A 9-headed demonic dragon snake threatening the innocent, right? Trying to murder her throughout every creation story in human history. Slit in half by Marduk. Second on the list of the 12 labors of Hercules. Ophiuchus the serpent bearer suppressing true pagan life force with patriarchal Christianity. St. Patrick's triumphant witch hunts and casting out of the serpent seed. Hidden from mainstream astrology but is the largest constellation extending from Spica to Regulus. She's the true 13th sign. 1 + 3 is 4, and 4, 4, 4 are the true earth codes of race identity. Slay, slay, slay the beast. Slay the devotee of Isis, daughter of Mary, Lilith of Adam, while Eve and serpent cast world into sin. Dark matter, seduction, sex, intimacy, and rhythmic spells and curses. Prostitutes possessed by demons. Harlot role models for sinners. Inconvenient woman. Whores with smeared reputations, shunned single mothers. Crucifixion? She's already been crucified. Eternal and immortal, reincarnating from herself every time she slows her skin. For she tried to change. She closed her mouth more. She tried to be softer, prettier, less awake, smaller and undisturbing to her disapprovers. She transcended her fears and limitations and advocated for the sacred feminine. She passed along her stories through her Grail line. She outsmarted the snake charmer. She fasted for 60 days, wore white, abstained from mirrors, abstained from sex, swallowed a sword and levitated into abasement, confessed her sins, and baptized herself in a river. She got on her knees and said amen. She whipped her own back and asked for dominion at your feet. She threw herself into a volcano and slept on the cracks of the earthquakes. Drank the blood and drank the wine, sat alone and begged and bent at the waist of God. She crossed herself and seen the devil. She bathed herself in bleach and plugged her menses with the pages from the holy book, but still deep coiled inside. Tiamat, 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 Tiamat. Scholars, illumined fraternities, and masculine gods of all three religions, rejecting ideas of matriarchy. We know of no culture in which paternity is ignored, and that the sacred status of goddess does not automatically increase female social status. Drowning in matriarchal myth, tarnishing feminist movements, radical, man-hating social justice warriors open to accusation of the hollowness and irrelevance that we cannot afford to court. Deva, Nagas, all brides to be, dissolution, we retreat back into ourselves, for the nature of matter is resolved into the roots of its own nature alone. Young and naive, we are forged through the fire, concluded through the chaos. For Hydra brings the sea of flames, controller of the rain and prismatic halos around the moon, thunder and lightning, freshwater, saltwater, ocean lakes and rivers. Hydra plate tectonic sweltering underground ruptures and floods, underground caverns of majestic aquifers, and pools of life blood currency. Bringing primordial precious resources and clearing away the smoke, putting out the fire and smoldering ash to ash and dust to dust. Rainbow snake traveling from one watering hole to another, bringing sweet justice and freedom through the blood plasma rituals of the goddess. She is oxygen. She is earth. She is water. She is chaos. And she is sweet deliverance and emancipation. She is the snakes of Ireland, the snakes of Australia, snakes of the States, snakes of Africa, snakes of Bali, snakes of Tibet, snakes of India, serpents of Canada and serpents of the UK, serpents of Greece and serpents of Romania. International Matriarchal Pagan Bloodline, sixth root race. I was once told that what's real can never be threatened, and what's real can never die.